Hey guys, so to start the code, we're going to go into the yellow events tab. And we're going to use when green flag clicked. We're going to go into looks and we're going to set color effect to 0. We're going to set size to. And we're going to go into operators and pick random. We're changing the 1 to 75 and the 10 to 110. Once we're done, we're going to go into looks. We're going to add a switch costume to. We're going to duplicate this pick random. We're going to change the 75 to a 1 and the 210 to a 2, since we have two different costumes that we can choose from. Next, underneath, we're going to go into control and we're going to add an if then else. Inside, we're going to go ahead and go into operators. We're going to use the equal sign. On the empty bubble, we're going to go ahead and duplicate this pick random 1 to 2. And the 50, we're going to change to a 1. Inside of the first bracket, we're going to go into control and add a forever. And then inside of the blue motions tab, we're going to go ahead and turn right 15, which we're then going to go ahead and change by adding this pick random again. And this time the 2, we're going to go ahead and change it to 6. We're going to go ahead and duplicate this and add it onto the else. So next, we're going to go into the yellow events tab and use when green flag is clicked. We're going to add a forever. And we're going to go inside the blue motions tab and add a go to player. So that's right on top of the player. Next, we're going to go into the purple looks and we're going to add a change color effect by 10. We're going to go ahead and go back to the yellow events tab and add when green flag is clicked again. We're going to go into looks and we're going to add a set size. I'll leave it at 100 for right now, but you guys can change it once you see how it looks like with your player. You might not be able to fully get the game functioning, but at least you can see how it will look like on top of the player, and you can always adjust the size if needed as well for the size of the player. Other than that, the next thing we're going to do is, instead of control, we're going to add a repeat. I'm going to go ahead and add a pick random, so I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this one that I have. Add it to the repeat. The 1 is going to be a 2 and the 6 is going to be a 4. Then I'm going to go ahead into control and add a create clone of myself. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add when I start as a clone. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate what I have for this block of code, starting with this if. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag this underneath to the when I start as a clone. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and add the last block of code. So at the bottom, we're going to add another when I start as a clone. We're going to go into looks and we're going to set color effect to 0. Instead, we're going to change color to ghost. I'm going to add another pick random, so I'm just going to duplicate this. The 1 is going to be 20. And the 6 is going to be a 70. We're going to now set size underneath and just make sure that whatever set size you add to this first one up here, you're going to make the same thing for the second one. I'm going then to set color effect to 0. I'm going to switch costume. I'm going to duplicate this pick random. I'll make the 20 into a 1 and the 70 to a 2. Under, I'm going to go into control and add a forever. Inside of the forever, I'm going to go inside of the blue motions tab and add a go to player. And then lastly, underneath that, we're going to go into the looks tab again. We're going to add a change color effect by 10. With that, you're all set, and we can go ahead and work on the last thing, which is going to be the thumbnail.